everyone, this is part 2 of the stream VOD segments for making cookie crumb. I'm Hayze AKA Tiffin and we are progressing on nicely. Thank you so much for staying with us. In this video we put the 3D printed eyes in, including the magnets, because these eyes come off and are swappable entirely for other expressions. Then we actually work on the foam for the eyelids, just so we can start to get them, because having them adds context to how we're designing the rest of the head. And then we put some eye mesh behind the eyes. You can see it's painted here, but in the video you'll see the plastic canvas we use, and then we play with some magnets to create more eyelids. Oh, also, more exciting than all of that, I think, for most of you, we do the ears in this video, which includes some custom pattern making for doing Ava foam ears.
When everyone else social distance is 6 feet, for pirates it's 1 fathom. It's a nautical foot. Right, so we've got to install the eyes now. Be alone. Right. There we go. Okay. What? Damn it. There we go, right. Okay, so. Right. Just found the next thing I'm gonna make to get someone to make for my suit. A huge bow for the tail. Oh, adorable! Right. 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 Mm-hmm. Right. There we go. Right. Okay. And there are the eyes. Manly, cute bow. Cute tail bow. What? Nothing wrong with that. Right, so we have so what we have here, boop, boop, come on. Right. Okay. Oh, here we go. What are you adding now? So, what I have done is because the model online is literally just the top bit and the lower jaw. What I have designed is the jaw joint. I've added a spring, and I've designed these eyes to go in it. And I'm installing them, but these eyes also have a row of holes for magnets to go in. So, the idea is we have, we then have this thing, which I'm going to manually trim down now because like, I'll go back into the 3D model and edit it, but then, so this is our eyebrow blank. So what we're going to do is the suit, and what I'm going to do is add have multiple I'm going to print multiple of these bits. So they're all in different styles, and this will be where they attach to. So we can have like one that goes all the way across, one that's just the top, and they'll all be swappable with this 3D printed base. And the reason I wanted to do it 3D printed rather than just glue some magnets onto it is because I wanted to make doubly certain that they are mechanically, the magnets themselves are mechanically close enough to each other. Because if they're too far away, like if there's enough fur between them, the thing, god damn it, words. The distance between the magnets will mean the magnets aren't strong enough to hold. So yeah, knows nothing about fursuits. That's fine. I would never claim to know a particularly large amount about them myself. Actually, that's not fair. I know quite a bit. I haven't practiced quite a bit, if that makes sense. I know more than I have done in practice. I mean, Dan, are you interested in fursuits and fursuit making, or are you just here as an observer of craft? So I'm just putting some super glue down on this magnet so it sits a bit better. We'll do the same on there, and then press that in. There we go. Now let's do that on this side as well. A little bit of super glue in the magnet hole. Slide the magnet along, and then a little bit of super glue around this. This will allow us to offer customizable eyelids on this. Cool, right. There we go. So that gives us. So we'll be able to put some quite big, chunky eyebrows on these, which would be really cool, right? And so eyelids and eyelids, I guess, more than eyebrows. Just gonna add some more super glue to this magnet because it's a little bit janky up here. Although I might actually end up redesigning these eyes a little bit because they're not quite up to the standards I want. However, they're a good like test bench, I guess. But yeah, I've made a bunch of fursuits over the years, but there are definitely most furry makers will definitely be more knowledgeable about this than I am. Cool. So, just seems intriguing to me and something different than the usual fiber arts which I see on Twitch. Well, I usually do sculpting, so I usually sculpt masks and prosthetics and such. So this is different for me as well. But yeah, so we'll be able to. We've got some. That's some spare fabric. Yeah, so. So we'll be able to do things like put angry eyebrows on here, or worried eyebrows, or sleepy eye things, or just like a generic one where it's literally just goes round. Oh, thanks for the follow, Dan. If you have any questions about anything we're doing, please feel free to ask. There, the normal one will probably just be like this with a little bit of a flick at the end. Dan, if you enjoy this sort of content, and to some degree, if you enjoy things presented by myself, be sure to check out my YouTube channel as well. So we're going to, because of the lack of hot glue that we've... Actually, yeah, I'm going to double check. I'm going to spend a couple of seconds. I'm going to spend about a minute maybe, checking for spare sticks of hot glue. Also, I'm going to check the link I just got given by a random wallaby. Apparently, I'm not. I need two-factor authentication to look at that right now, and because it's not launching it in. Oh, random wallaby! Thank you. Ah, hot glue stick. Okay, Ichiban. Ah, gomen. Ichipon. Nippon. Oh no, sorry. It's Ippon. Nippon. Sanhon. Or is it Sanpon? I can't remember. Watashi no Nihongo wa yokunai. Gomen. Demo gambarimasu. Gambarimashita. Gah. Salmon. Right. Thought I might have some in here. No, so the counting system in Japanese. So Japan has different ways of counting, basically different conjugations of numbers for different objects that you're counting. So, oh, there's one. Okay. Yohon. Mayo. So yeah, so we've got 4. Yonpon. So yeah, so for example, long object, long thin pencil-like objects are pon, P-O-N. But the counting system goes Ippon, Nihon, Sanbon, Yonhon, and so there isn't a pattern to it. The counting system for flat objects is Mai, so it's Ichimai, Nimai, Sanmai, Yonmai. Ichimai, Nimai. The counting system for irregularly shaped objects, Ikko, Nikko, Sanko. The counting system for indeterminate random objects is Futatsu. Futatsu. Mitsu, Yotsu. Tutsu. Anyway, you get the idea. There's no pattern to it, if that makes sense, to a lot of them. But different thing, like you count small animals different than you count big animals, and if they are small animals but they're service animals, you count them the same as big animals. You count things you sit on different than you count things you sit in, and you count things you sit in the same as you count machines that do a job. You count there's a specific counter for ghosts, which is different from the one for spirits, which is different from the one for deities. Yeah, you get the idea, right? You get the idea. Head explodes. Yeah, it is. It's a thing. Okay, so this is our base so far. Not confusing at all. It is confusing at all. Don't give me that. Don't give me that. Oh, it's not confusing at all. Even sarcastically, I won't let that happen. Like, you count snacks differently than you count meals. Differently from counting food. You count birds different from counting animals. You count rabbits using the same counter as you count birds. And that's because back in the olden days, monks declared that because of their ears, rabbits were basically birds. Therefore, because of their religion, they couldn't eat meat. But because rabbits were birds, they could eat rabbits. And that is now ingrained in the language of Japan. Oh, right, I'm going to turn this one off. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, that's what I've been dealing with. It's wa, by the way, to count birds. Iwa, niwa, sanwa. Right. Okay, we're coming up in 2 hours. Since we're coming up in 2 hours, I specifically bought this for the stream today. We're having a Okay. If you want to know how weird it's currently quite weird. Oh, brownies. Where in the EU are you? I am in the south of England. I'm in the coastal town of Bournemouth, so I'm right next to the sea. If you go back through my old YouTube videos, there's an old FAQ video I made, and that talks about like one of my FAQs. Are you sponsored by Monster? Because I always see them around, and I just put all of my empties around me in a single shot, and it's amazing because I used to drink a hell of a lot of energy drink on stream, and I was quite fond of saying, making monsters with Monster. So we're going to clear a little bit of space, and we're putting this guy to one side because we need to make something else now. Infinite power, infinite. Although I prefer Rockstar to Monster, and I will stab you if you try and bring Red Bull near me because that stuff is god awful. I hate it so much. Infinite power. So, what are we doing now, friends? I have put the head to one side. So, what could we possibly be making now? I need some parchment paper. Where's my parchment paper? Did I bring it inside to make cookies with? I brought my parchment paper inside to make baked cookies with. I'll be back in a second. Because I use parchment paper a hell of a lot in my crafting process. So I'll be back in 30 seconds. Sorry about this. You can look at the head. I need a name for this fox. All of you people who are watching but not in chat, drop a name in the chat. Right. Okay. Okay. She's bringing us cookies. Wait, what? What? No! Cookies is the name. Okay, I like cookies as a name because each one of my I'm giving each one of my the things I make a code name. But because we're armoured brownies, the pangolin is Pop-Tart, the fennec is French toast, and so this one will be cookies. Right. Ripon. Oh yeah, just in case you want to know what I usually make on stream, people, it's masks like this. In fact, these are my two latest ones. They're very similar in style because I wanted to do a half mask and a full mask version of the same like art style. And they're supposed to be like druid masks, but they are hand sculpted, silicone molded, cast, trimmed down, and then painted. And this is what they look like from behind. They are, you can tell they're nice, smooth. They're nice and smooth resin. So yeah, they're hello, just wanted to stop by and say I really love your purple pangolin. The tail is so squishy. Thank you so much, Shield Cats. So yeah, this is what we usually do on stream. Stuff like this, and I am starting to do fursuits because I'm really enjoying it. I'm tempted to commission one in fursuit side once I get the money. Oh, yeah. So if you're wondering what Shield Cats is talking about, if you haven't been hanging around the stream for too long, this is the tail for the purple pangolin. Each one of these scales is handmade, hand stuffed, and then hand sewn onto this. And look at that movement, because I've got it's got a leather worked core going through the center of it, which keeps it horizontal, which keeps it vertical, but allows for horizontal movement because there's gaps in the there's ribbing in the foam along it. But yeah, thank you so much, Shield Cats. And also, Shield Cats, thank you so much for, how long did it take you to put together? The tail was, the tail took like the best part of 4 solid days, maybe 5. She went a tiny bit insane. I know! It's because a lot of this has come down to, I've been working on the pangolin for about a month and a half now, and a lot of that's come down to waiting until I get money in so I can buy materials to make things, and also developing the patterns and designs and processes that I would go on to use to make the things, because half of it, like, as much as a big time sink is the physical making of a thing is, actually figuring out how you're going to do it can take time. Going through iterations. I have many test scales made that I did, that I had to make up, dry fit, see if they worked. Estono, hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us on this stream. Anyway, tempted to commission one in fursuit side once I get the money. Random Wallaby, are you talking about like one of these, or one of the tails? I've lost track. But yeah, so what are we doing? Why do we have this here? It's because what we're going to do now. In fact, I'm going to just go like this, so we've kind of got 2 halves of it. We are now going to pattern out the ears. Is Totoro a furry? That's like asking, is my cat a furry? Random Wallaby, sure. The only problem I can see with that is every fursuit is a different, like, size and shape. So I don't know. Like, I don't know how. Like, we'd have to figure something out. Because I have made resin masks for fursuit heads. In fact, one sec. You get to see my butt. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. In fact, if you're familiar with League of Legends, I mean, yeah, if you send the head. So, if you're familiar with League of Legends, you will, well, so this is a resin blank for a wolf fursuit head. I'm actually going to end, like, you've got the vision bits, we've got ventilation holes, there is a lower jaw. However, I'm actually gonna use this as a puppet instead, because it does fit, but it's not great. It's not great. But what I also have for this is, because this is wolf, I sculpted this, but then I sculpted a mask to go on top of the fursuit head. So when I fur this up one day, and I say one day because the fur for this is going to cost about 100 quid, because I want to use top quality fur, because I'm a masochist. But yeah, you can sculpt things to go on top of things. But then again, also a lot of people have used this as like a face mask, because it does seem to work. But yeah, so right. So yeah, let's what we're going to do now is Totoro Furry. Is my cat a furry, James? Right, so I don't want this to be massive. I don't want these ears to be massive, because we have the because we do have the oh, shield cats. Thank you for following. So yeah, you can see we're using this fabric as like a test bench, as like a way of testing out sizes and such. We are patterning this out. Ooh. Oh, that didn't work. Whoops. Spooky might be a furry. I mean, Spooky is furry. Does that count? Yeah, so I do want the ears to be fairly decent, but I don't want them to be huge. I actually like that on its own. We'll cut a section off in this size. Yeah, Spooky might be a manakit. So for anybody who doesn't know, Spooky is my black cat. I say my black cat. He's his own black cat. I think it does him a disservice when I say, oh, he's my cat. No. He's his own cat. We don't own him. Can you really own a cat? He could just as easily not come home one day. I mean, I'd be really disappointed if he didn't. But I've also got to remember how we got him, how we became his guardians. It's because he walked into our kitchen one day and started meowing at us. And after a couple of weeks of trying to track down an owner, as it were, no one came forward, and so suddenly we had a cat. Right. Let's unpin that. So yeah, right. So what do we think about that? Obviously, give it a bit more shape. In fact, if we pinch it here and put it like that, sounds more like Spooky owns you then. I mean, I ain't gonna judge. Yeah, if we mark this out here. We can put a dart in here. And then if that goes around like that, and then that goes down, that goes down on there. In fact, we want a bit more of a dart. We want a more aggressive dart, I think. Spooky might be. Oh, yeah, I've already read that. Sounds like Spooky owns you then. Yeah, I ain't gonna argue. So then if we do like that. I'm sorry if a lot of this stream is going to be like trial and error. But like if we get this looking nice as a way of making ears, that means that I then have another pattern that I can use in future ears. So that goes like that. Then we can have. And then if we extend that outwards, I mean, so honestly, I feel like when Spooky first arrived, what material are you using for the ears? I'm using a material called Plasterzote. It is a low density. It's LD45 Plasterzote, so low density Plasterzote. It's what commercial mascot suits are made out of. It's what like LARP props are made out of. It's basically the commercial version of, say, it's basically the commercial version of the floor mats, but much better quality. But like as I say, like I come from like a different industry. I'm not a fursuit maker. I'm just someone that I used to hang out in the fur fandom a lot back when I was young, and now I've kind of what with a friend of mine getting. Wait, no, why am I trying that? With a friend of mine getting like into the fur fandom, I've kind of been re-interested in it, if that makes sense. And the way I engage with things is through making, and also I'm goddamn poor right now, so like. If I can start making fursuits for people, all the better. Because I happen to have a lot of the materials required for making fursuits just laying around. And I have a lot of the skills for doing so as well, just in my brain meets. Also, technically, this is what my degree is about. As like, there's a number of people who for their final major project on my degree make fursuit heads. The trouble with the people that make fursuit heads, or as their final major project for my degree, is that they're all making their very first fursuit head for their FMP, and or for their external brief or whatever. And as you all know, first fursuits, no matter how much education you have, no matter what context you're making it in, are almost always a bit rubbish, really. So like, when I was in first year and I was seeing third years trying to make fursuits, I was like, kept on going up to them and like giving them lessons on how to make fursuits, because I made fursuits for myself, like both 8 and 15, both 8 and 12 years ago. And I got taught to make fursuit heads by an old friend of mine called Fat Kraken, who I believe she's now Kraken Critters or Karen's Critters. I think it's Kraken's Critters. But she used to make fursuits, but now she's gone on just to make just making furry merch. So yeah, we actually shield cats. If you're interested in the material that these ears are made out of, let me show you one of the reasons I use this one of the reasons I'm choosing to use this material for these ears. The animatronic ears I have planned won't use this material because they will need something a bit squishier. But yeah, so actually, yeah. To the new people in chat, this morning. So Spooky, we've talked about Spooky. Spooky's the cat that lives with us. Spooky is the cat over whom we have guardianship of. And every morning between 4 AM and 7 AM, if it looks even slightly like you're waking up, Spooky will take it upon himself to make sure you are awake. To make sure you are awake, he by walking aggressively, walking up and down you and yelling at you. Well, you did animatronics as well. Yes, my final major project at university was an In fact, let's for the new people, let me show you the background I'm coming from. And this is why I'm excited to do some fursuit stuff, because furs are themselves very enthusiastic about stuff, and I think it's really cool. So I'm gonna go. We're gonna go away. Cool. Then we're gonna go Blakey. So this guy was my final major project at university. I had to. My degree does not teach special effects. It does not teach special effects, but they give you space in which to learn things. So I taught myself animatronics and Fusion 360 design because I was on the set of The Dark Crystal a couple of years ago, and I was talking to their animatronic designers, and they all used Fusion 360 for their designs. In fact, the one of them worked on the new Star Wars, and he was talking like, yeah, a lot of them use Fusion 360 for their animatronics designs. So I had to make this thing with Dark Crystal. Yeah, it's one of the things that inspired me to do it, was the fact that I managed to I know a couple of the guys, I know some of the people there. I was supposed to do some work experience there, but then they had a fire, so everything got turned around, which was a real shame. So yeah, in fact, okay. So this is what we're going for the ear. I kind of like that. And then in fact, I think let's we want it to be a little bit more gradual, maybe. Yeah. Let's do it from further down. Cool, right. So yeah, that's really what inspired. But what also really helped was there is a local raptor and owl sanctuary who have that, because that vulture is based on a real life vulture from a local raptor and owl sanctuary near me, and they let me come over and actually play with the vulture Blakey. So I went there with a set with cameras and recorded everything about how Blakey moved, and then I used that as a reference for making that animatronic. Anyway, where was I going with this? So this morning, whilst right, these can go away. This morning, whilst Spooky was walking up and down me to get into puppetry, and I haven't much of a chance to support it, but I'm busy with uni at the moment. I really want to jump into it. Sweet. If you ever have any questions, Shield Cats, please just let me. What are you doing at university? Because stuff like the Dark Crystal, stuff like Fursuit Head, stuff like animatronics, costume electronics, architectural models, product design, film props. That's what my degree was about. In fact, if you go check out my YouTube channel, about a year and a half ago, no, just over a year ago, I have a video. A year and a half ago, I have a video from. From our big end of year show where all of the model making courses in the country and Ireland come to London for a big show. It's basically a big hiring show, and at that show, there's awards. Now, our degree, right? So I need to keep this safe because that's a good ear pattern. So yeah, at the show there are awards. I won the award for I won the special effects award for my animatronic vulture, and that's the first time our degree has won that award, because there are literally special effects and animatronic degrees who go there, and I beat all of them out because I sat there and puppeted Blakey. So whenever people came up, Blakey was there, interactive, was friendly, was characterful, and had a backstory because it's based on an actual baby vulture from a local sanctuary. So I got to talk passionately about it. And that also came with like £150 prize, which is really cool. Anyway. The actual point. Oh yeah, and at some point, I'm going to reprint all of the designs I did, and I've still got the molds for the silicone parts, and I'm going to do a remote control phoenix or a dragon. So I've got a little puppet dragon. Anyway, so this morning, Spooky, the black cat, was doing his Mummy, it's tummy time! Mummy, it's tummy time! Ow! Mummy, it's tummy time! Dance on top of me. And I was looking at him, and for some reason, I do not know why, I just like hyper-focused on his ears and how his ears worked, how his ears moved. And it kind of occurred to me, there's 2 axes of movement there. Yeah, no, the spooky alarm clock would be fantastic if it didn't happen at 5:45 or 4:45 most mornings. I've tried to train him out of it by ignoring him for as long as I can. Wait, I got a follower on Reddit? What's a follower? I don't know. Anyway, so I was looking at him. I was looking at the way his ears work, and I was thinking, there's not that many axes of movement to them. So I got up and I got a sketchbook and I started to sketch designs, and I'm pretty sure I have a workable concept for a simple 2-servo Fursuit ear animatronic mechanism. So at some point, I need to prototype that up, and we can see if we can get some animatronic ears. The thing that annoys, like, one of the things about doing animatronics is like, there's always a trade-off between extra motors or extra mechanics. So with animatronics, you can brute force a lot of things in animatronics by basically, if you want something to move left and right and up and down, you can have a motor that moves it up left, a motor that moves it right, a motor that moves it up, a motor that moves it down. Or you can have one motor that moves it left and right and one motor that moves it up and down, and that's just using slightly more mechanical action. However, if you're really clever you can have things. You could have a mechanism where the single motor moves something left and up at the same time, and down and right at the same time. And then you can co-opt that with like some sort of reversing thing, so the same motor can do like multiple axes of movement. Now, I'm not that clever, but I'm pretty certain I've got a good ear mech running off just 2 servos, which will allow an ear too, because you can have an ear. In fact, give me a minute, and I will have I'll have an ear to show you. So yeah, so keep an eye on this channel, I guess, and YouTube, because I need to get back into doing YouTube. That's why I put up the really bad my really bad like pangolin really bad like work in progress pangolin video the other day. Well, yesterday, in fact. Okay, come on. Anyway, shield cats. Are you a creator yourself? Do you make fursuits? What brought you here? Because I posted the stream. I did something I don't usually do. I posted about my stream in a couple of places. I'm usually just happy to sit by and let things. Also, hello everyone else. We never heard from East Stone. Did we hear from East Stone? Because they followed. I don't remember. I found you on Reddit. I'm working my first fursuit head right now. That's awesome. Sweet. I mean, that would explain why the first thing you said was about the pangolin. I feel a bit fake making the pangolin, I have to say. I've got an announcement, people. I'm not actually pansexual. Yeah, I am making a pangolin. That it feels really disingenuous of me. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry if any of you feel betrayed. God, scandalous! I'm sorry. I failed you all. So, shield cats, feel free to. I mean, well, I don't say. I mean, don't feel free to. I mean, I would love if you felt happy enough to share what you're working on with everyone else here. If you've got like pictures of it hosted online, I would love to see them. I mean, if you want to. Wait, you aren't really into pans? No, I like pots, and I just really hope you accept that. I'm really sorry. I had a bad experience with a frying pan once. I've never got over it. What is wrong with me? My Hubson will be sad. Cookware equals cookware. It's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Teflon lined easy clean frying pan. Tefal! That's a frying pan brand. Tefal, I think. Or are they kettles? God damn it. All cookware is beautiful. I mean, have you seen the mesh on that sieve? Ooh, sends shivers down my spatula. I hear that spatula's silicone. Ooh, it's flexible, if you know what I mean. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, know what I mean, know what I mean, say no more! Oh, our kettle is the worst thing that has ever been invented. I hate it so much. So, you know how a normal kettle is? You fill it full of water, you press a button, it boils all the water in it. Simple. Like 5 minutes to boil all the water. My partner got us this instant boil kettle. You fill it full of water and you put a cup under it, you press the button, and about 20 seconds later, maybe 30 seconds later, it coughs up, it hacks up, as it hacks up a just under a mug full of water by going So if you want to, like, you know, boil, if you want to, like, have a load of boiling water so you don't have to wait for half an hour for a full pot of like pasta water to boil up, you can just go to you can't just use a kettle like you could normally. I mean, it's fine for the odd cup of tea, but I just want an actual kettle! Anyway, Mr. Sheen, hello! But yeah, Shield Cats, I would love to see what you're working on. I aggressively encourage people to share whatever they're working on, even if it isn't related to crafting. We used to have someone who came here who used to take photos of the moon and shared them with us. It was so cool. We used to have a blacksmith who came here. Is it a Virgin Media one by any chance? No, it isn't. Wait, a Virgin Media kettle? I wouldn't trust Virgin Media to boil a kettle, let alone do whatever else Virgin Media do. Branson can go fuck himself. I was on Virgin Media at an old place that I lived. Never again. We've got fibre optic here, baby! Virgin Media, truly the most useful internet supplier, yeah. Okay, so hopefully these ears what do people think of that? Back, let's move you back a little bit. Oh, it's me! It's me! No! Baby. So, what I can do with these, so they'll go around like that. What I can do with it is take a little bit more off that so it sits a little bit, I'm on the screen, yeah you are. Oh, Shield Cats! Sorry for the dodgy photo, but here's my head so far. Oh, sweet, sweet, sweet. Oh, the heart-shaped nose! Oh, I love it! Oh, that's so cute! Also, Furby in the background. So, Shield Cats, just because you won't have seen it yet, let's, this is the next head I'm doing after these two. Oh, I've kind of bent this one a bit. Have I? No. I'll have to sort that out. So yeah. This is the next head I'm doing. It is, a little bit of a fennec. Ah! So yeah, I love this. I love this. These ears because when you get down, it adds such like a streamlined look to you, and I think that's something that's been missing from a lot of. You walk out with your head and you fly away. Yeah, I'm such a sucker for big ears. Can I tell you? Can I tell you how hard the little flick? Actually, can you even see it properly on that one? Can I tell you how hard getting this little flick at the end of the ear was? Oh, jeez. So yeah, getting these just right was such a pain. Oh my god. But I need to wait until I've got some. I need to wait until I have money coming in before I can make that, because that's going to need. I want to use good quality fur for that in a way that I'm not for the pangolin, because the pangolin's just there as a kind of. I put so much work into this. Look how cool it is. Right. So do we want to open this up a bit, or do we want it to be a little bit closed? Do we want to be like that? Like that? I can, because if I take this out from it, if I take that bit out from it, it'll sit a little more like that, and be like a, yeah, a real beach. A real beach? What? Oh yeah, that's instantly made it cuter. Excellent. Right, let's do that with this one. So yeah, at some point I need to make sure. At some point I need to make sure I pattern out. I capture the pattern for those ears, so I'm able to. Oh yeah. So I need to make sure I pattern out those ears properly, so I can remake them because I've shown it to a couple of people already, and they're like, I've not seen fennecs done like that. I'm like, I know, right? All fennec ears I've ever seen on suits go directly up, and I wanted to do something different for my fennec. Also, Shield Cat, you might not have been here for this. Magnetic lids that like were only finished printing a little way through the stream, so I had to pop out and get them. Right. Right, yeah, so, okay. Let me, oh, actually, I want these to be a little bit further forward, don't I? Whoops. Do I? No, that's actually perfect. I'll walk through what we have here first, in a sec, actually. Okay, so, let's just do this again. Yeah, that's fine, right. So, the shell for the head and the jaw, for the top and the bottom, is from a creator on Thingiverse called Tio. However, I have 3D modelled. I had to 3D model the eyes, the these bits, and also the jaw joint, and then put springs in. That one back there, the fennec, French toast, is also a 3D print. Is also a 3D print also a 3D print model, a model by Tio. But I did a lot of alterations to it to get it to look just right for what I wanted it for. And at some point, I will start developing my own 3D models because I'm a capable 3D modeler. However, it's a case of like at the moment, since the files exist, why not use them? What software do you use to model? I use a mixture of Rhino. Well, actually, do I like where those ears are? I use a mixture of Rhino and Fusion 360. I think they're too high. Damn it. Ugh. So yeah, I use a Rhinoceros 3D for anything that wants to be very technical, and I use and anything mesh based goes into Rhino, and I also use Fusion 360 for anything mechanical. Okay, yeah, that's better. Right. But then, like, I learned Rhino at university because it's used a lot in architectural model making. Cool, right. And a lot of my degree was about architectural models. So at some point, I'm going to do some Rhino files of heads. Well, I'm going to probably do 1 or 2 of them, and then I'll just remesh them every time I want to do a different animal. I've got a dart again. I suppose I should get up and do some adulting. Lies! Lies and slander! Adulting isn't real. Adulting's a lie you got taught as a child. Oh! Shield cats. Can I show you something cool? What is that? Why does this fursuit head have a USB plug on the back of it? Isn't that a weird thing to find on the back of a fursuit? Oh, actually, there's no way you can like tell now, but there is a there's a fan in the muzzle, a sideways fan. But instead of doing it with like a battery, I've wired it up to a USB port, so we can just use a rechargeable. Ooh, what's this? Oh, I wish I could like. Oh my god! I wish I could give you like Twitch gold for that or something. I could gift you a sub for how good that was, but I don't have. That seems It seems a little counterintuitive to gift a sub to your own stream. That was really good. Oh my god! Random wallaby. Right. How do people like those ears? How do people like them ears? I think I'm a fan of lower profile ears myself. I mean, I could make them. I could have them stand taller, but I think that's cute. I don't know. I need your guys' feedback. I think it's looking cute as heck. Nice. Ear-tastic. It's turbo-tastic. God, where's that even from? Turbo-tastic. That is Wreck-It Ralph. Got it. Excellent. Gives you better clearance for doorways. That might be something that's a bit more my style, I guess. Is the lower profile but still plenty big ears. Because I know there are people who can look at any fursuit and basically tell you who created it. Because everyone has their own style. And I kind of like suppose I'm just finding mine in the act of doing. Because who knows like how much of this has been. Looks at the fennec. I'm gonna throw some leftovers on the pan. Looks at the I don't know. Right. In fact, let's take that off for a moment. I think this is about as toony as I'm going to get. Oh, by the way, just in case you didn't think I was, just because this place is full of like, this is for LARP. I've got some leftovers of props I did for a film. I've got some. I've freelanced to do advertising stuff for Burberry and Adidas. In fact, something I made went into an installation in Bond Street up in London, and just in case you're like, oh yes, so you're just some random crafter who's shown up and is like just here, just coming into the furry fandom just to try and make some stuff and get some money out of furs. I bought some adoptables. I love the otter so much, but I was looking at her for like a week. And like she just has my hair. She has my hair. Why does this random wolf girl have my hair? What's going on? She was $6 and she was $5, and look at how nice those colours are. I love it so much. So I've printed them out so I can keep them like to one side. So I can like slowly gestate. Like, am I going to like make them? Am I going to make pre-made suits and then sell the suit along with the adoptable? Do I want any of them to become, dare I say it, my fursona? But also, you can't doubt my furry credentials. The first fur meet I ever went to was a London fur meet back when I was 15, and way too young to go to a fur meet. It was a mistake. Mistakes were made. But because back then there weren't furry cons in the UK, I started going to anime conventions, and then I became anime trash. And then after that, I started to LARP, and I became LARP trash. And then at LARP, I met up with a friend of mine, a long time friend of mine now, called Ed, who is a massive furry himself. And he's between him and another friend of mine, I've kind of got back into it. But do you have a Sona? I do not. The closest thing I have to a Sona would be these two characters, I guess. In fact, Shield Cats, if you join the Discord, if you join the Armored Brownies Discord, that goes for all of you. Go join the Armored Brownies Discord channel now so we can chat and talk and do things outside of the stream. Also, especially if you see something that I'm doing and you're like, oh, I wonder how she did that. Join Discord and ask me. I love sharing this stuff. There is a half decent chance that if you do so, I will point you at a YouTube video, because I've done a lot of YouTube as well. There you go. A random wallaby, you are amazing. Right, we ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum. Off I go to Discord. Yee! Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum. Now, it may look like my Discord. It may look like my my Discord is poorly maintained and kind of low effort. That's because it is. That's because there's not many people, so I haven't like gone out of my way. If that makes sense. I haven't gone out of my way to make it a big interactive thing like some people's like official Discords are. That's because there's not that many of you, so meh. Oh, I forgot to update the description down below, didn't I? I need to do that. So yeah, so wah, wah, wah. Right, what are we doing now? So this is quite a nice base so far. I like this. Let's make sure it still goes on. Bearing in mind, people, I have a larger than average head. We're mostly just posting memes, I know. And I am stealing one of them to post in, I'm stealing one of those memes to post in r/Furry IRL. So, just so you know. Unless you get there first. Right, let's I mean, yeah, we're mostly doing memes, right? Not night mode. The MySpace angle. There we go. Right. That's for the Instagram right there. Ugh. Right. This thing is just too small for me. Just too small for me, which is perfect. Because not only do I have a larger than average head, I have a larger than average volume of hair. Okay, I'm just going to quickly check my little resin pot to see how I'm doing for teeth. Felt cute might delete later. Felt foxy might delete later. I could just put like a single tooth in, like that, I can't remember what this fashion's called. Just like just like one of those single teeth. Or we can go like, yeah, how feral. I guess just like that would be quite nice. I guess this is one of the advantages of crafting random things for years. I just happen to have a pot full of random resin teeth that I made for projects in the past, and I just use every now and then. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Be alone, be alone, be alone. Right. So, what am I forgetting with this? Oh, actually, yes. I'm also now stalking you on Insta. You know what, Wallaby? You know what, a random Wallaby? You do that. You do that. Remember, I know where you live. Welcome to mildly threatening ASMR. It doesn't quite breach the terms of service, but if it came up in court, we don't know. I have a very particular set of skills. None of them involve finding people or murdering them, so you're probably safe. However, enjoy my sultry tones. I couldn't be sultry if I was fucking paid. Never be alone, be alone, be alone. Hides in the bush. I knew it! I knew you'd be in the bush! It's because you're a wallaby! You're in the bush! Hey! Hides the bush. No! My dad's in the Hell's Angles, and he'll find you. They can be anywhere in the US in under 5 minutes. My dad's in the Hell's Angles. That is a reference I don't expect any of you to get. It's so obscure of a reference, it might actually just be classed as an in-joke at this point. Because not only is it a deep cut on a YouTube video, it's a deep cut on an old YouTube, on a very old YouTube video at this moment. Okay, I need a pen. There we go. Right. This is just temporary, by the way. Just helps add a bit of context to the it. Oh, I look so worried. Particular set of skills. I will fur you, and it will be killer. I mean, I'm currently in a room with what I could definitely declare is a hell of a lot of murder weapons. In fact, we're gonna turn the audio up a bit because this is fucking banging. So yeah, so now what do we do? I mean, I'm a better sculptor than I am a fursuit maker. So I'll explain how you got your box of teeth. Look! I can assure you, I have not murdered anyone. In fact, I don't know what you're talking about. Bill was dead the whole time, had nothing to do with me. In fact, I don't know how his body got down to the river. Nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. I mean, I just came across it one day when I didn't even know he was dead, but I just came across his body one day. No, I didn't report it to the police. I didn't. How did they die? Were they sculpted to death? They were. I don't know how. I don't know how to make a good pun out of that. Right, we've got to take the eyebrows off. Down, party, stop it with a super high. Let's go. Oh, actually, I need a drill. drill with an 8mm drill bit. That's something a killer would say. You caught me! Yes, I'm a perfectly normal human killer. I'm full of human blood. Brother, what you thinking? I'm full of human blood that belongs to me. I'm full of organs as well. I contain so many organs. Not as many as some people, but not as few as others. Hiyo! Santa sandwich! Hello! I can see... Hello! Oh, it's always the way! Baby, can you move? Hiyo! I can see some potential cute in it, but right now it's scary AF. Do you have organs? Prove it! Name 3 of them. There's lungs. There's the left lung. There's the the sensory orbs. I'm 30% inhaled fofa. Well, I did happen to cough up a bit of fur. I did actually have a fur ball yesterday. Thankfully, nobody clipped it. I don't think. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have drawn the pupils on, should I? Not yet. Oh, are you going to go through 3.5 hours worth of footage to try and find the one moment where I start hacking up a cough and cough up a furball? I don't think anybody's going to go do that. Yes. No. What if I ask you nicely not to? I felt like it was some kind of furry rite of passage. Anyway, Satan sandwich, hello! I would have thought Satan would be all over something like this. Anyway, welcome. I can't, like, my brain isn't letting me, like, pass if I have, like, seen your name before or not. And I apologise if you've been to the stream before and I don't remember you. It's a good username, though. I'll tell you, a good username, I tell you what. Every time I paint Warhammer, you are streaming. Oh, cool. What are you painting right now? Wait, are you taking advantage of the social isolation? There we go. Okay, perfect. Those are our magnetic eyelids, and you can see that there's no way these are coming off accidentally. I designed these and printed these this morning, so I'm really happy that they've turned out so well. I believe it's about Satan. Actually, yeah, painting some Inquisition henchmen. Oh, nice! I've got 2 Inquisitors, like one that I custom made and one that's Greyfax. That to go with my Sisters of Battle. Right. Also, I don't believe it's pronounced Satine. It's pronounced like Satan is pronounced Daddy. Not Daddy. It's Daddy. Help me! I think I'm going insane. What was in this? Oh! Roof the Dilo! Roof the Dilo, hello! Since I obey all things said to me in command as a username, I'm afraid you're going to have to come over here and I need to shove some tiles on you. Because I'm assuming you're the Dilo. Just notice small dots in the middle makes it seem like it's seen some shit. Yeah, I'm regretting putting those on now. Give me one sec. Ah! Are they Spanish Inquisitors? I don't expect so. Okay, right. Okay, we've washed off those because they were making it look a little too creepy right now. Nobody suspects the Spanish Inquisition. Oh! I should not have licked that. It's covered in accelerant. Okay, right. So, do we like how that looks? And also, let's plug the USB cable back in, shall we? And just hear the just so I can hear the internal fan buzz. It does make the entire head kind of vibrate ever so slightly because for anybody who has just shown up, there is a I have custom wired up a muzzle fan for this. It's a side blowing fan, not a vertical fan, and then wired it up to a USB cable because it's a 5-volt fan, so it will run off any of the cheap USB battery packs, which means you can charge it from any of your devices. Or when this runs out, replace it with your own USB battery pack. Or if you're going around and like, oh, I'm actually not that warm. Oh no, my phone is low. You can unplug it and charge your phone from an accessory in your fursuit. What has happened to me today? Oh. I swear I wasn't like this earlier in the week. I mean, this is the first energy drink I've had in quite a while. Also, I stopped drinking coffee. So, is this caffeine? Am I the caffeinated? I'm going off to fight the hordes of virus zombies to get some loo roll. Best of luck, Satan sandwiches. Plugs it into wall sockets. I mean, that would work if you're plugging it into a USB port, so long as it's not delivering more than 2 amps. Right, so our next step there's just some little bits that I want to fill in before we do the next step. Or if you're talking about running it at 240 volts, yeah, that will just burn it out instantly and break the circuit. So I don't think it would actually kill the fursuiter. This kills the fox. Does this look like a fox? Is this like a small-eared fennec? Not really sure what species this is now, if I'm honest. in profile. I don't know.